And just to kind of top all this off, Paul gives a third command: rejoice always, pray without ceasing. And then he says, give thanks in all circumstances. That's another one that sounds hard. Now notice he didn't say give thanks for all circumstances. He said give thanks in all circumstances. And in another place, Paul tells us why we can do that. He says we give thanks in all circumstances because God is near. God is always on site working out his good purpose. And if God is near, then no matter how bad the situation looks, we are winning. If you had stood at the foot of the cross and seen Jesus screaming in agony, would you have just from your senses picked up on the fact that God was near? Would you have thought, here's God saving the world? No, it didn't look like that. And yet God was near, never more near. I heard a story once that illustrates this, that God is near and we are winning. It was told by a pastor who lives in California, and when he was in high school, he was a basketball player, and they had a really good team, and they were playing one Friday night, their crosstown rival, and it was an away game at their rival's gym. And if you've ever been in a packed gym on Friday night, you know it gets pretty intense, right? Well, everything that Hayford's team did was roundly and soundly booed and hissed, just hostile. You ever seen crowds like that? It's not just that they love their team, they just hate everybody else. And everything the home team did was roundly and soundly cheered, wild screaming. And the coach could see his team was getting discouraged. You could just see it on their faces. So he called a timeout, he pulled them over, and do you know what he said to them? He just said one thing. He said, guys, look at the scoreboard. They were winning. But it didn't feel like it. And isn't it true that our lives as Christians often feel like an away game in a hostile gym? And Satan and his demons are just booing and hissing and throwing things at us. And it just feels like we're losing. And Jesus calls a timeout and he says, look, I've already won. I'm near. You are winning.